I mean, you're an engineer and scientist. You're a medical doctor and scientist. What do you think is the difference between that kind of work and being an entrepreneur?
So that's very bad at finance.
Okay. All right. So
what is typical with entrepreneur that you push a button and then you're running out of time.
yes.
Right? In a way, in science, we are allowed to fail. This is a huge advantage we have,
Right.
And so that's why we are often exploring also different routes. Sometimes we fail, so we stop, we do go another direction. It's less allowed, especially if you have a startup. Maybe big corporate, they can explore, as we know, different options. But we as scientists are expected to fail.
And there is a lot of creation, creativity is really welcome in science.
Yeah.
And not when you have a company, you have to deliver something and create it.
The academy is research as us. Our goal is to reach 90% perfection. In the company, it's 100% perfection.
Yeah.
And this last 10%, they cost enormously.
Yes.
They also costing a lot of boring stuff.
Yeah.
Regulation, rules, ISO norm, etc. It's like...
And in company, you have one idea, you have to focus, we can allow ourselves to be more,
Sometimes the challenge actually with our company Onward is we are so creative and innovative. We create such a pipeline that potentially of ideas they could license and then develop as products. It's too much. They cannot keep up with all what we are doing.
Right. This episode is brought to you by Swissquote. In a world of economic uncertainty, having full visibility and control over your finances matters more than ever. Swissquote is Switzerland's leading digital bank, combining everyday banking with advanced trading and investment solutions. So whether you're investing in stocks, ETFs, crypto, or just looking to actively manage your portfolio, Swissquote offers powerful tools, transparent pricing, and the security of a fully regulated Swiss bank. Discover more now at swissquote.com. Well, it's interesting to think of science as allowing failure, but business not to allow failure. Maybe that depends a little bit on where you actually set up your business, right? Because you've had a Californian experience, and if you think of the big tech companies, most of them have gone, well, not necessarily the companies, but the entrepreneurs themselves, let's say, have gone through failures in the past and they've learned from them, but they also get back up on their feet and they find investors and it's kind of part of the process in a way, right?
In science too, you have failure, you go back on your...
Oh, no, exactly.
But in a company, you have one chance. You cannot have three chances. If you have one product you have to deliver and you cannot do it, bankrupt, and you start something else.
Yes. Well, that's exactly. These entrepreneurs in the tech world, in the Silicon Valley, their idea failed, and then they came back with a new idea, right?
Yeah.
And new investors.
We still have the same, ideas.
Yes.
And we can go a little bit back and forth and right and left.
Yeah. Interesting. The point about failing is that if you learn something from it, then right, that's where the value comes from failing. I once read something was said by some scientist, I can't remember who it was, that science is like building a tower. It starts with arithmetic and goes from there to algebra, and then you end up physics, and then the tower. Everything is built on a foundation that you learned before, and so the objective is to build the tower as high as you possibly can, right? And he said the business is horizontal; it's more like swimming, and you can swim in any direction you want, but the far horizon is where you see some land. Your objective is to go, in that direction, but you're not necessarily building a tower. I thought that was an interesting way of looking at the difference between these two things. But obviously it's a little oversimplistic. But I think
the idea also of building tower, there's also the additional luxury of academy, which is time.
Mm-hmm.
So we have built this therapy for 30 years.
Right.
We keep improving, understanding better, leveraging, etc. And it's rare in business that you have this luxury of time.
And don't forget in the equation, the hospital and the clinic. It's another way of thinking again.
Right.
It's So here you don't have time, you cannot fail. It's
Well, I would imagine in a hospital, failure is not something that they want to happen at all, ever, right? But they also have to run the hospital in terms of its operations, right? And so there's somewhere in between science and business, right? Or not even in between, but actually both of them crammed together.
Yeah.